Der nächste Niederländer mit dem Vorhaben, hier in die dritte Runde in das Achtelfinale einzuziehen. Er stand 2011 im BDO-WM-Halbfinale, ist aktuell die Nummer 38 bei der PDC. Herzlich willkommen, Double Dekker, Jan Dekker. Jan Dekker fordert den World Masters Champion aus dem Jahre 2004 heraus. Einer, der in vielen PDC Major Finals stand. Und er ist auch einer, der ein European Tour Event bereits gewinnen konnte. Die Rede ist vom König, the King, Mervyn King.
All hail, bow down to the... He tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The King.
Two more games for you tonight to complete the lineup for the third round here at the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy. Every single seeded player tonight has won. Michael van Gerwen, the world #1, the latest to do so after seeing off Zoran Lerchbacher. Can Jan Dekker or Andy Bolton upset the apple cart and knock out seeded opposition? Bolton will be on the way to round things off against the recently crowned Grand Prix champion Double Gurney, whereas Double Dekker has got the King, and the King appears to be struggling already. Admittedly, he's been practicing for the last 6 hours on and off. But even with a dodgy back or whatever happens to be ailing Mervyn right now, we know he's quite capable of going and throwing in a vintage Merv display. It is the King versus Double Dekker. I'm Dan Dawson, Paul Nicholson alongside me for the penultimate game of the night here in Göttingen.
Well, Merv will be saying to himself, he's just got to hold it together for maybe the next 30 minutes. I guess he does practice a lot in the practice room, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg is Jan to throw first. Game on.
Time will tell whether that practice will pay off. Jan Dekker, of course, the enigmatic Jan Dekker, who I played earlier this week.
How'd it go?
Not great. He was
100.
Rather good. And I pay credit where credit is due. He came out of the blocks like a greyhound
140
that had a rocket for a suppository.
Oh, yeah.
140.
Well, Jan Dekker is a man who is capable of throwing ridiculous stuff, and he's got bottle to spare. He's something of a specialist in taking out big finishes under pressure. Two-time Lakeside semi-finalist. But it is just so inconsistent. You have no idea which Dekker he's going to turn up. Now, he was gifted
131
a route through to this stage because he took on Christian Kist in an absolutely heartbreaking encounter to watch late last night. Kist obviously struggling. He could barely throw the dart because of his injury. I think it's arthritis he had. His hand was swollen up to twice its normal size. And he was in bits. He was literally in tears on stage with I think the pain, and probably coupled with a bit of embarrassment because he just was not able to throw to his normal capabilities. Having said that,
44.
In a game where Kist did not get a single dart at a double, so Jan Dekker's having to do all the running, he's still averaged getting on for a ton. And that was very, very impressive. He did a very professional job, Jan Dekker, last night. And if he performs like that here today, it could be enough to overcome the King. Is it treble 14 or is it ball? Oh, well, I think with 2 darts, treble 14 is a sensible shot, but he has left himself topped.
I agree. I go with treble 14 there, the bigger target. But now, King, characteristically, bull.
32.
That's the downside to the old Merv route for 80.
It was done rather well earlier on by Joe Cullen. And that's been done rather well by Jan Dekker.
Second leg is Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Do you think Jan Dekker gets enough credit for making 2 Lakeside semis? I know a lot of the lads have spoken about the fact that maybe the years that he did,
81.
people didn't play great against him, but he still got there.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I remember watching some of his games in those runs, and he played some fantastic stuff. As I say, he's enigmatic, and you've got no idea. Oh,
25.
I do believe that was our co-commentator, Robert Malarkey.
Wow. He's obviously gone out there as a card-carrying Merver
140.
to go and experience just the atmosphere for a big Mervyn King Euro Tour game in front of 3,500 German fans and Rob Malarkey.
125.
Putting a face to the voice. That's Rob Malarkey. And he is a big Merv fan.
Who isn't? Everyone's a Merver, whether they know it or not.
You never think about calling them the Mervinators?
Well, I mean, that's an option.
I wonder what Jan Dekker's fans would be called. Want to come back to that?
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
He's one of the plethora,
24.
the cacophony of Dutch darting talent. It just seems like there are more Dutch people at Pro Tour events now than there are English-speaking people.
There's a lot of, obviously a huge
Revenue
Dutch contingent, but then again, you know,
156.
Michael van Gerwen is standard bearer for world darts nowadays. And we will be seeing MVG back tomorrow. Jan Dekker has left that 130 again that he had in the last leg. He didn't really threaten to take out.
And you require 130.
He takes it out here. It'll be 2-0 with a break of throw. Little bit awkward. Bit too awkward in the end.
65. Mervyn, you require 60.
Now, we know Mervyn likes this corner of the board. Double 4 now.
Yeah,
that's good.
Mervyn King.
And gingerly,
Like it's Jan to throw first.
he goes to the board
Aim on.
to retrieve. Now, Mervyn drove here
Did he?
from Barnsley. Got the ferry on Wednesday night from Hull.
In his recreational vehicle? In his mobile home? Or?
I think he was in the SUV.
Oh, sports utility vehicle.
Got the ferry to Rotterdam and drove.
121.
I think it was a very sensible thing to do, considering some of the routes that people took to get here, because he was able to sleep all the way through and travel while you sleep. He put it that way, and I thought that was quite
139.
apt. So he wakes up on Thursday morning, drives to Göttingen from Rotterdam, which he told me took about 6 to 6.5 hours. And I think that was quite a well-planned journey.
100.
But still, you've got to be in that car driving for long periods. And for someone who has had a few ailments, that could compound some of the things that he goes through.
140.
Well, I mean, if Merv wants to look back to his Euro Tour win, the European Darts Grand Prix at the Glaspalast in Sindelfingen, he went there on his motorbike.
83.
Right.
And you require
Some
82.
sort of East Anglian Dennis Hopper in Easy Rider, claimed the title and drove off into the sunset with it.
Yeah, I think he was on a gold
50.
wing. Since got rid of that large bike, and he's on something new these days. He does love his bikes, Merv. He'll love. He's going to go 180 there.
And you require
100%.
32.
Why? But Jan Dekker does have double 16 for a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, maybe he's just hoping to get a
Yeah,
bit of
shot the
noise
third
in the
leg.
hall
Jan
here to
Dekker.
try and put Dekker
Like
off,
Mervyn to throw
but
first.
unable to
Aim
produce
on.
it, and Dekker hits double 16 anyway. They've only met once before, these two, and it was at the Grand Slam in the group stages, where Merv ran out a 5-1 winner. You're going back 5 years.
Was that Sands Court or Mitt Court?
I think that was probably in Jan Dekker's Mr. Coat heyday.
100.
What, the Mr. Whippy Court?
Yeah.
The white one.
Yeah. Strong look. Well, a look.
There's only one guy gets away with a white suit jacket, and that's Don Johnson.
123.
Actually, the Mr. Court mantle has been taken from him. The Mr. Court is now James Wade, because he wears a very snazzy blazer to darts.
You've told me about this. I've not seen this. Oh, my word. Jan Dekker 177. Taking a fight to the king.
In no way, shape or form is James Wade's new blazer. Naughty. It's actually very classy.
Look at that, 103 average from Double Dekker. Early stages of this, I know, but we have seen him for 108 average on the European Tour this year.
100
and that'll push it up. Maximum for Dekker, up towards that 108 mark.
Yeah, he's playing rather well right now, Jan Dekker. Someone who we will see at the World Series finals.
44.
He qualified that night. Well done, Jan. Double 16 once more. It's a good guy for him, that.
Game shot
And he used it.
Jan Dekker.
This is going very well for the unseeded player. It could well be that he is the first non-seeded player to win this evening here in Göttingen.
Yeah, well, it's not as if we've seen many unseeded players through. We have seen, I mean, we've seen some Euro Tours this year where more seeds have fallen than actually gotten through this second round stage. But this afternoon, we only saw Gerwyn Price, Ian White, and Benito van der Pas. They were the only seeded players to be knocked out. Benito done 6-0 by a rampant Keegan Brown. Gerwyn Price fall into the Ferret. Johnny Clayton, the most recent winner on the PDC circuit. He's actually on, what, a 9-game unbeaten run, the Ferret, at the minute.
140.
And Ian White, I don't know how he keeps losing these games on the Euro Tour. People keep throwing ridiculous stuff against him. Vincent van der Voort overcame him. Tonight, every single seeded player has come through, some with a little more hassle than others, it has to be said. But if Mervyn is going to turn this around, it is, well, it's going to be quite the comeback, because Jan is still averaging over 100 here.
58.
He's got his nose in front in this leg, and Merv doesn't look comfortable.
No, he doesn't. Sometimes when Merv isn't comfortable, you see a lot of sweat on his brow, but it's not about heat out here, it's about discomfort. Has Jan Dekker got a voodoo doll?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Christian Kist was suffering. I mean, maybe it might be a decent piece of health advice just not to get drawn against Jan Dekker, because your body will just start
78
giving up.
And you require 107.
Yeah, it'd be his new nickname, wouldn't it? Jan Voodoo Child Dekker.
Well, Simon Whitlock awaits the winner of this one, so if I was the wizard,
91.
I'd be wrapping myself in cotton wool tonight just to make sure no accidents befall me, because at the minute it looks like Dekker is going to be setting up a last 16 clash with him.
97. And you require 60.
If I was Whitlock, I'd be getting my cloak on and casting some spells. See if we could counteract the witch doctor that is Jan Dekker, because right now he's putting the potions together and he's coming up with the right stuff.
Yeah, Mervyn, he's not really scaring Dekker, and that won't scare him either. 10 points behind on the averages.
And even though Merv is under some sort of and not playing his best tonight, he's trying to summon something. You can tell in his facial expression. That's one of the reasons why I've got so much respect for the guy. He always leaves everything up there.
140.
He's a battler, all right. He will never give in, Mervyn King. Although he was telling me earlier on about a tail. He was showing off, throwing his darts backwards, flight first. And he was telling me that he played Raymond van Barneveld at a tournament in Holland a few years back. And the white flag that Mervyn said, he said, I was playing brilliantly, but Barney was just going berserk, and I was 5-0 down in sets in a 1-6 game. And then in the last leg, he decided to throw his darts backwards, flight first. Went something like 140, 135.
95.
He was on a 12 darter and never got a shot at it anyway because Barney went out and he lost the game. But he said that was his white flag. But
92.
Do you see with Merv, he does get things stuck in his head and decides that, well, today it's not my day. But he does battle through all these injuries and keep on going.
He does. And I've seen him do that with his darts. He is genuinely
44.
as good throwing them backwards as forwards.
72.
Quite the talent.
Treble 16 for The King, double 12.
60.
Now,
And you require 126.
this is the kind of finish that Jan Dekker was taking out in Sindelfingen earlier this year when he was going rampant on doubles.
It'd be very Dekker, wouldn't it? But he's not going to go.
98. Mervyn, you require 12.
Double 6 for Merv. 3-leg gap at the minute.
Surely. Oh, my word.
Yeah, and you require
I
28.
am convinced that Jan Dekker's got some sort of voodoo doll now, because I can't believe they didn't go in.
Really?
This will go in, though. Watch.
He's
Game
right.
shot on the 6th leg. Jan Dekker. 7 leg is Jan to throw first.
It's 5-1.
Can you
Game on.
believe it? Penny for your thoughts, Mr. King. Because I guarantee you right now I'm a bit puzzled.
I think we can probably take a pretty good guess as to what is going through Mervyn King's mind.
140.
Well, it was a 5-1 win for Mervyn King when they met at the Grand Slam back in 2012. 5 years later, he's 5-1 down to Dekker. And the Dutchman is looking to close it out for an emphatic victory. And look, he averaged 99 against Christian King yesterday. He's averaging 99 right now. And if Jan Dekker can, well, actually, it's just crept above 100, as you see there in that first 9 average. Very, very strong. If Jan Dekker can play this sort of stuff over the course of this weekend, then he's going to be a threat.
Where is Jan Dekker sitting for Hasselt?
90.
I will tell you. Jan Dekker came into the weekend in a very
140.
spot.
And you require 136.
But by winning his opening game, he's jumped above the likes of Chris Quantock, and I believe he's just jumped above Darren
60.
Webster, so he'll be there at the European Championship. Obviously, we are seeing players like Johnny Clayton and Keegan Brown still in the tournament who could
76.
go on and win it and knock people down spots. But Jan Dekker, well, for 6-1.
Game shot.
And that will put him through to the final day of action. And Double Dekker has seen off the King, the first seeded player to fall this evening at the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy. Dekker has just averaged 99, as he did last night against Christian Kist. Look out Simon Whitlock, because this is some good stuff from the enigmatic Mr. Dekker. And he'll be looking to push up on that European Order of Merit and take a bit of momentum into the European Championship in Hasselt. But he is through to the final day, and who knows, play like that, he could go and win his first PDC title. We'll grab a quick couple of words from him, and then it's the Grand Prix champion Darrell Gurney against X-Factor Andy Bolton.
Matches, you just lost 1 leg. That's pretty cool.
We had to talk about it yesterday, and Christian had pain, so I won 6-0. But today I expected a good player, and sometimes he was not that good, and I took my chances. So
you played really well. Average of 99 and percentage over 60. Very good.
yes.
Are you interested in these statistics? Are they important for you? Do you check them always?
No. Just the thing is, I always want to work hard, and I'm not kind of interested in that. So
Reaching the Sunday is always the goal, right? When you start on Friday here.
I have to say the qualification is so hard. So I reached the days four times now, and every day, every time I qualified for it, I played really well. But it's just hard to play this, and it's good.
Yeah, it's cool. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Jan Dekker steht im Achtelfinale. Toller Erfolg, und das auch zum wiederholten Mal. Er sagt allein